Acknowledgement of country. I'd like to begin by acknowledging the traditional owners of the land on which we meet today. I would also like to pay my respects to elders past, present and future. I am Nomad. Look out for trivia questions in this video. Our presenters for this episode will be Nomad and Elena. In this episode, we'll briefly discuss research logs, dig deeper into our family tree via our parents, then follow up with citations and sources. Elena is a retired explorer. She has been to places that we may only ever dream about. She has a wealth of knowledge. I am sure you can see how her interest in genealogy grew. It seems in our lives, things we love cross over in many ways. Elena will tell us more as we move forward in this episode and in future episodes. But before this, we need to do a recap on our last episode.
Very briefly, our recap of episode 3, our starting point, our own birth certificate, and using a pedigree chart to see our progress. Oh, and to have fun. Some of you may wonder why so little detail was discussed 2 weeks ago. It is all about small steps. The necessary steps you take now are the basis of exploring and discovering. You need to do your research correctly. Once documents are located and are correct, we ensure these documents have a citation and a source. Citing and sourcing details as you go is best practice. Remember, it is not a race.
Just because I referenced a Queensland birth certificate doesn't mean Queensland is the only state in Australia. It all comes down to which state the event occurred. Remember, this is your starting point. You can obtain certificates in New South Wales, Australian Capital Territory, Victoria, Tasmania, Northern Territory, South Australia, Western Australia, and other jurisdictions within Australia. Ask about our useful resources list.
When you venture to these websites shown on the resources list, check for updated information, especially with certificate costs. Besides birth information, you can obtain marriage and death certificates, but that is getting ahead of ourselves. We will be discussing these certificates in a future episode. Questions? There will be a lot of these as you continue your journey. We need to focus on the things at hand and not jump ahead. It is so easy to do. Eventually, as you become to understand a process, then you do whatever feels right for you. There is no right way.
What is a research log? Used to record where you've been when researching. A research log in genealogical research serves as a chronological log or diary where we as family historians record our research activities as they occur. Its primary purposes include tracking research progress, maintaining research context, planning future research, and professional documentation.
This document, besides being called a research log, is also known by several other names: daily journal, research journal, genealogy workbook, research diary, or research note. The name you use comes down to personal preference. We will be going into a lot more detail in our next episode.
When looking at your pedigree chart, you are the only person there at the moment. I know some of you would have already filled in your parents and maybe even your grandparents. It's okay to do this, especially on a handwritten chart. The thing to watch out for is the guessing and not having any proof.
You will hear us repeating ourselves, but it's the best way to get a message across. The reason behind this is to follow the process and validate the information that is added to your chart. If the only piece of information you take away from us, here at AncestorFamily, is to cite and source every piece of information you find, then you have learned something. We will talk about exactly where you will record your cited and sourced details later.
Now, moving forward. Remember, we mentioned your workload would double. Reason: most of us certainly have a mother and even a father. We will talk about the father in more detail shortly.
The process is exactly the same as discussed in episodes 3. To ensure your research follows this pattern, all should be well. But like everything, there are exceptions.
To begin, you will need your parents' birth certificates. Your parents' names may have been mentioned on your birth certificate. Sometimes the certificate mentions the age of your parents at the time of your birth. You may also see your parents' marriage date too. Note, sometimes only the mother is shown on the certificate.
This information is useful. You may be tempted to add information to your chart. Remember, the information again does need to be proved, therefore, cited and sourced. Once this is done, and only then, should you add the details to your chart.
If you are uncertain of your parents' exact birth year, you can do a rough calculation to obtain an approximate year of birth. Example, if you were born in 1983 and both your parents were 24 when you were born, they would have most likely been born around 1959. That's 1983 minus 24. You will use this method as you delve deeper into your ancestors.
In this situation, if you do not know the exact date of birth, your research starting point would be around 1959. In saying this, please remember that some people embellish the truth. What is on one document may not be the same as another document, so you can get led down the garden path.
There are many scenarios that can occur. The big thing is to be aware of this. Nothing is correct until it's proved. This is not just in this case, but for everything you will do. From your parents' birth certificates, you will extract the same information you did about yourself. If you have proved these facts, then update your chart.
Your chart should now have 3 people on it. Of course, that is if both parents were mentioned on documents you located.
Father. You may find on some occasions that the father's details are not recorded. There are reasons for this. We will not be going into these reasons. Do not be discouraged if this occurs. I have an exact situation like this. It may never be resolved. However, there may be ways to resolve this situation, but this is for another episode. What is a citation? A citation is the written reference that identifies and describes a source. It's your description of where the information came from, recorded in a standardized format so that you or anyone else can locate that exact source again.
What is a source? A source is the actual document, record, book, website, artifact, or person that provides you with information. It is the thing itself, the physical or digital object you're consulting.
How does a citation and a source work together? Elena, would you have a good example from your explorer days?
Definitely. We know these terms are related but distinct. I remember being given details about a water well in Morocco. This, shall we say, is the source. I was given a map reference and some directions, so the well could be located. I headed out toward the Atlas Mountains where I was able to locate the well. The map reference and directions relate to the citation. This would assist anyone else so they could locate the well. Without the reference or the source, no one would find the well.
Why is citing and sourcing so important? Credibility and evidence. Retracing your steps. Building on your work. Evaluating reliability. Avoiding duplication. Professional standards.
Basically, a citation transforms genealogy from storytelling into documented, verifiable history.
As we wrap up this episode, you will notice the number of documents collected, both in paper form and electronically. You may even find you are writing recording details on scrap bits of paper or files on your computer. Next time, we'll be discussing in much more detail regarding the pedigree chart, the research log, as well as citations and sources. This will assist you in knowing why these are important in all of your family history research. Oh, and before we go, we will talk briefly about your document collection and notes and what to do with them next time. We'll see you in 2 weeks. With all of us here, we would be delighted for you to join our family. I am sure you know the drill. Click like, subscribe, and of course, please make a comment.